Yes, so let me continue. Yesterday we have completed what is UI, what all topics comes under this. Here under this HTML 4 and 5, second CSS 2 and 3, third it is on JavaScript. Here fourth one here it is on jQuery, then fifth one it is on Ajax, sixth one is on responsive design, then seventh one Bootstrap. Here eighth one lessons as. Here ninth one project, 10th one exam. So like this I'll continue. Total duration of my course will be here 2 months. Okay, and yesterday we discussed what is the use of our UI, and under this UI, here what is the use of UI, and each topic introduction we completed yesterday. Okay, each topic introduction we completed yesterday, and I uploaded the drive with the yesterday recording. Okay, today I'll show you installation procedure, how to install VS Code into our system, and how to write our program. I'll explain. Here, normally we can write our programs in Visual Studio Code. We can execute our programs in that VS Code. Here, we can write our programs. Here, normally you can write your programs in Notepad. You can execute it through browser. Here, you can write your programs in Notepad. You can execute it through browser. Okay, normally you can write your program in Notepad. You can execute it. You can execute it through browser. So here, now you can write your programs in Notepad and you can execute it through browser. But when I write it by Notepad, you cannot check that spell mistakes, syntax mistakes. We have to check it each and every line. But nowadays we are going with the IDE to write our programs. Here IDE, here it is a integrated development environment. It's an integrated development environment is the IDE. So that is what here Eclipse. Sorry, first one is VS Code. Here Autumn, bracket, NetBeans. Here NetBeans, IntelliJ. Here only NetBeans. Here Autumn, bracket, Dreamweaver. Here Dreamweaver. Like this, we have so many IDEs to develop our UI application. UI application, you can develop it in different like this. Okay, here now you can find it. Here we have to install this one of this IDE to execute our program. One of this IDE, we have to install it in our program. So by that we can execute. Here we are going with the Google. Here Google, search for VS Code. Then you will redirect to code.visualstudio.com. Here it is VS Code. Just enter. You will redirect to code.visualstudio.com. Control-C copy. Here this URL. In this you can click on this download option. You can find it here. That vscode.exe file. So once you double click on it, so by couple of next steps, it will be installed. See here, now I'll show you that execution here. Darshan. Yeah. Okay, here. Here it is, execution here. Double click on this. Here, this is VS Code setup file. Once you double click on it, it will show you some next steps to execute our program. Here it is showing here, see agree terms and condition. next step. Here you can select from here, and then next, if you click install button, it will be installed in our system. Here, so couple of next clicks will be there. So by that, agree terms and conditions, simple installation only. By that, it will be installed in our system. So once it is installed, here, once it is installed in our system, automatically we can run our programs with this. Here, when you run your program, when you want to run your program with this, automatically you can execute your program with this. By that, you can run your programs with this. So here, what we are doing here, in this VS Code, here we are going with the Visual Studio Code install button. So by that, automatically it will be installed in our system. So once it is installed in our system, automatically we can run our program with that. Here, once you install it, you can go for computer start button. Then you can go for, here it is VS Code. There you can find it here, file, open folder option will be there. File, open folder. See here, computer start button. So VS Code. So VS Code will be opened in our system. Here VS Code can be opened into our system. So by that VS Code, here I can open it. I can execute my programs with this VS Code. Here file, there is an option called open folder. See here, file, open folder. Next, here I'm selecting one folder. So one folder for our batch I'm selecting here. This 830 folder I'm creating. In this 830 folder, one empty folder I'm selecting into this VS Code. So by this, VS Code will be opened with this. Now you have two options here. One is new file, new folder. So I'm selecting here new folder, that is HTML4. HTML4 folder I'm creating. So computer start button, open folder. In somewhere in your system, I created HTML 8:30 p.m. Under this, I created HTML4. Under this HTML4, here, under this HTML4, here you can create our one.html program. So one.html program, we can create it. So I'm writing here one.html program in my system like this. So when I write here HTML, because of that HTML, I can, here I'm creating one folder. Under that, if I save it with HTML, that program will execute that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all our UI development related code can be executed by that one.html. Here, I created here one.html program. Under this, here, next one, here, how to execute our program with this, we understood. How to write our program, we understood. Under this one.html, we will write the doc type, HTML start and close. Here only, we can write it here, head start and close, and body start and close. Okay. Under the set section, we can write it here, style tag and then script tag. Style tag, we use it for CSS. Script tag, we use it for here. Style tag, we use it for script tag, we are using here for JavaScript. Here, we are creating here style tag as well as script tag under this. Style tag and the script tag, we can write it. The script tag is for JavaScript code. Here, style tag is for CSS code. Okay. So now inside the body tag, here inside the body tag, whatever content I'm writing here, that is totally HTML tags. The buttons, images, radio button, checkbox, drop down list, all we will write it inside the body of the HTML page. Inside the body of the HTML page. Okay. Here, now you can write one program under this. See here, this is one.html, one.html, select. Here it is one.html. Now you can see here directly without any tag, you can write it welcome to HTML. Here, even though you can execute your program, but according to www, World Wide Web, accordingly, we have to write our code will be here, doc type, HTML, and followed by body. Under this head, we will write it here, style tag. Under this head only, we will write it here, script tag. Script and style will write it according to www, World Wide Web, that rules we are following this type of structure. So I'm writing here, welcome to HTML. Now I have to run this program. So one way of execution of program, go to the location where I saved, see one.html, just double click here. By that one.html will be opened in our system. Here, now you can check it. This is one.html program. To execute it from VS Code, go to the extensions. Here, search for live server. Here, I'm searching for live server here. This is one live server. Click on install button. So after that, it will show you uninstall button. So after clicking on install button of live server, then right click open with live server. By that, your program will be opened in the live server. Here, for execution of the program, see, this is the way you can. Here, now, Control C copy, go to this. Here, right, go to the location. Here, go to the VS Code. Here in VS Code, go to the extensions. Here, under this, search for live server. Under this live server, click on install button. So by that, it will be installed in our system. So once it is installed in our system, so automatically we can execute our program here in this. Here, after installation, here in VS Code, we are going for the extension. After this, go to our one.html program, then right click on this program. Here itself, right click on this. You can find it here, open with live server. By that, you can open your program through live server. That URL will be like this. Another one, open folder structure. Here, under this open folder structure, you can open your file with a browser. You can open your file with the browser. By that, this is another way of execution. You can go to the file in that C drive. Suppose if demo folder, if I have one.html program, if you double click on it, you can open your program in that location. So C drive, some demo documents, wherever it is. So it will open your file in that location. Here demo 830 folder. If it is saved in 830 folder of demo, Here in that you can open your file in that location. By that you can execute. This is one way of execution. Here execution of the program. This is another way of execution of the program. With the live server, you can execute. Normally you can execute. Difference between live server and normal execution here. If you run your program by live server, whatever changes you are doing in the program, it will automatically affect in our program. Here, whatever changes I'm doing here, that automatically affect in my program. But here, if I run it by live, normally by browser, every time we have to refresh. Every time we have to refresh our application to execute. Here, now next one here. Up to now, installation and execution of the program completed. Now we are going for HTML4 topic. Here, HTML4 topic. Here, HTML4 topic. Under this HTML4 topic, I'm executing my program here. Here, I'm executing my program. Here, it is HTML4. Under this HTML4, here only, I'm able to execute my program. Here, HTML, here it is a hypertext markup language. Here, markup means it is a tag-based programming. Here, tag is nothing but instruction to the browser. Instruction to browser. Here, these tags are here. Two types of tags we have. Here, one is paired tag. Second one is here, unpaired tag. Here, two types of tags we have. One is paired, another one unpaired. So, like this, the tag name, whenever we start it, we'll close the tag like this. Here, unpaired tag, we will write the tag name and here itself will close it. This is unpaired tag. We have two types of tags we have. One is paired, another one unpaired. Okay, so like this we can write. Here, now we'll see that examples of all the list of paired tags and unpaired tags. We are in HTML. We will learn HTML in this time. Here in this HTML, we are executing first one here, first program, it is on paired tags and unpaired tags. Here, paired tags are here. Whenever you start the tag, definitely you need to close the tag here. So that is what here, paired tag. Example for this, here, HTML tag is a paired tag. Head tag is a paired tag. Here, style tag is a paired tag. Here, script tag is also a paired tag. Pair means whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to write ending tag. H1 to H6, H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, like that. H1 to H6, all will use it as our pair tags. H1 to H6 will use it as our pair tags. Here, etc., all comes under pair tags. Pair means once you start the tag, definitely you need to close the tag. This one only we call it as pair tags. Then second category of tags are here. Second category of tags are here. It is unpaired tags. These unpaired tags are here. So we can write the tag name and here itself will close the tag. This is unpaired tag. Example for this, image SRC for displaying images, BR tag for break line, HR tag for horizontal line, then input element, input type text button, radio button, all comes under here unpaired tags, etc. All comes under unpaired tags. Unpaired here it is self-closing tag. Unpaired tag nothing but it's a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag, we call it as unpaired tag. Here we have the list of all tags are here, paired tags, and this is unpaired tags. Okay, so now you can find it here. So more example on this. Here, HTML head body all we have. H1 I'm writing here. This is heading 1. Like this, I'll write it here H1 to H6. H2, H3, H4, H4, H5, H6. Like this, I'm writing H1 to H6. Here, H1 to H6, all the list of tanks I'm writing like this. Now run this program through live server. Here, I'm able to execute my program here. Right click, inspect element on this. See here, I can see that here H1. See here, H1, when I write H1 here, it is heading 1. H1 here, it is heading 1. That font size is here 2EM. 2EM is the font size of H1. H2, if you check it here, 1.5EM. H3, it is 1.17. H4, it is no size. H5, it is 0.83. H6, it is 0.67 EM. So this is the way we can write it here, all H1 to H6. All H1 to H6, all the tanks, we will write it like this. So here H1 tank to H6 tanks all comes under pair tanks. So whenever we start the tank, definitely we need to close the tank that comes under pair tanks. Here that list of all pair tanks are here. Here list of all pair tanks are here. Here H1 to H6. H1 will show you that font size of 2EM. That is defined size. I'm not deciding. That browser will decide this size. Next one here, font size of 1.5 EM. 1.5 EM. Then H3, if you write it here, that font size here it is font size of 1.17 EM. Here H4, if you check it here, that H4 it is your font size of no font size for this. This is the default size. H5, if you write it here, see H5, if you write it here, that font size of 0.83 EM. H6, if you check it here, that font size will be here. Font size of 0.67 EM. These all list of font sizes given by the browser. These all list of font sizes given by the browser. Like this, we have paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is used to display paragraph content. Here, if you use it here, lorem 20. Lorem is a keyword to write the dummy content in that. P tag is used to display paragraph content. Here, paragraph content. In between this, whatever you are writing here, lorem is one keyword. If you write lorem 5 words it will create. Lorem 10, if I write 10 words, it will show you. And lorem 1000, if you write 1000 words, it will show for us. Here, lorem 5 words. See here, lorem 50 words. Like this, it will create all the content. Dummy content, paragraph content, you can create it like this. Next, here, I tag is used to display, here, div tag. Div tag is used to display div tag. Here it is for division of the web page. Division of the web page, we used to create it by div tag. Div tag for our program, we can create it by division of the web page. Okay, all divisions, complete division of the web page is by div tag. Next, here the list of unpaired tags. HR tag for horizontal line. Then input element, image tag is used to display images. Now check it. I don't have image here. So let me paste one image to this. Here I have one image. I'll paste it. Control C copy. I'm pasting into my 830 location. Here in the current location, I pasted one image. Here in the current location, I'm going to paste one image here. So by that, I can control copy. Here, once I paste this image here, I can use this image in my program. See here, this is here 1.jpg and this is horizontal line. Now check it here. See, one horizontal line, left to right, one horizontal line you can display. Here, one horizontal line you can display here. See, this is one horizontal line, left to right it is displaying. Image tag is for images. This image tag is mainly used to display images for our program. Here, image tag I'm using here to display image for our application. Okay. Here, this is one image tag is for images and one horizontal line is used to display horizontal line like this. Next. This horizontal line, we can write it here with a width 100%, width 10%, width like that. You can write it here, width with a percentage. Here 100%, 10% like that you can write. And then size. Here 20 pixel, 30 pixel size. And then color, red color, green color, blue color like that you can write. See here 30 pixel thickness. Here 100% of my screen size, red color. One horizontal line with a thickness of 30 pixel. Suppose if I write it here 3 pixel of red color line, it is like this. Next, if I write it here 10% of my screen size. Here, now you can see here 10% of screen size will be like this. Okay, here 10% of screen size will be like this. Next, that horizontal line, if you want, you can write it in different color. You can change the color and you can display that horizontal line 10%, 100%, 20% like that. We can write it here, that horizontal line. And that images also, you can write it here, that location of that image. Suppose if it is available in C drive, some different location, if I have that image, suppose if I copy that location of that image, here I copied that 1.jpg is available in this location. User Dell documents 830 HTML4 in the same location only, but I'm writing in a complete address. So now if I run this program, you can see here two images. See, but even though it is displaying only first image, it is not displaying the second image. Only first image it is displaying for my program. So this is here 1.jpg. 1.jpg is my first image. It is displaying that output like this. Okay. Here this is 1.jpg and this is second image. So now if I run this program here, now I'm executing. So suppose if I run this program outside the browser, outside the Eclipse. See, if I run it by outside Eclipse, that execution here, that execution will be here. First image, second image. Both the images it is displaying here. So this is first image, this is second image. Both images are displaying here. This is because of here image tag. Because of image tag, I'm going to display my image output will be like this. Here, this is one image, this is another image. I'm able to display because of this image tag. And here, one image I'm displaying with the current location image, another image is with the URL of that image. Here, URL of that image, we are displaying here like this. Here, this is here one image. Here, now I'm writing here, this is first image, this is second image. This is first image, this is second image. So now you can check it here, how the images are displaying for my program. Here it is displaying only in the outside of the live server. But in the live server, it is not displaying that output for us. Here, if I run my program through live server, it is not displaying that output for us. Why? Because here, when I run my program through live server, it is not able to detect that URL what you are writing. Here, so that URL, whatever you are writing here, whatever URL you are writing here, that URL is not able to display for my program. So this is possible by here, live server cannot able to find that, but here other browser can able to find your output. Here other means directly by browser you can find it. but live server cannot find your other location. Directly, if you write the current location image, then only it will display. If that current location, if you write it in a complete path, it cannot detect. So this is about the image tag. And for all the images, if the image is not available, I can display ALT. ALT means here it is a alternative text. So we can write it here, suppose flower. Alternative text. See here, flower, it is displaying like this. Flower, it is displaying like this. So if the flower is not available, it is displaying flower. Here, and for every image, we can write it here, width, here, width 100 pixel, then height 100 pixel, then ALD you can write. If the image not available, that image will be displayed. See, width and height. Within the width and height only, it is displaying that output. This is because of image tag. Because of image tag only, it is displaying that output within the width and height. And this is one more image. That one more image is displaying like this. Okay. Here I'm using here image tag. Because of this image tag, how to display that images for my program, you can check. Here I'm able to display images here. That image for my application. How can I display that? You will understand under this. Here I'm writing here images and flower image and all. How to display, we understood. Next we are writing here. Next we are writing here one more one. BR tag. All images are coming in the same line. You can use BR. By that, see here. One after another. First image, first place, second image, second place. See, this is first image and second image. See here. One after another it is displaying. And image SRC, we can also write it here. If you want to move it into the new line, you can use BR. And image SRC, I can write it with a URL. I can copy any URL of that image, and that URL I can use it to show that image. Here, suppose if I search for images, I can copy any location of that image. Copy image address. Here, paste it in this. Here, and within the width and height, if you want to display here 100 pixel width, 100 pixel height, I'm displaying here. See here. That image will be displayed within the 100 pixel size. See here. First image, second image, third image. See, this live server can find the URL of that image, but cannot find the current location image. See, can able to find the live URL of that image, but cannot find the current location image. So by this, we can understand here, this is first image, this is second, this is third. All the three images are displaying for my program like this. Here, this way only we can execute our output. Okay. This is about the first program execution. We can execute our first program, that is pair and unpair tags. All output will be like this. Okay. Here I explained image tag, HR tag, BR tag. And input element also we can write it here. Suppose if you want to write one text box here, input type equal to text. By that I can display text box for my program. I can display text box for my program. Here, see here, I'm able to display one text box for my program like this. This way we can execute our program of our application. Now once you refresh, all will bank. Here, this way only we can execute. Okay. This is totally about the displaying of our output by all input elements. All input elements for my program. Here all we can write like this. So all the output we can write like this. Under HTML4, I'll cover in the coming days. We are going to see one by one. All the list of topics are here. One is HTML4 as our first topic. Under this, first program is a pair tags, comma unpair tags. Here, second program will continue on block and inline elements. Inline elements. Third program is on Marquee tank. Here I'll explain about the Marquee tank. Marquee tank, how to write this Marquee tank, I'll explain. Then fourth one I'm explaining here on table tank. Then fifth one is on here UL tank, UL tank. Here only OL tank, OL tank. Here sixth one, here it is on here anchor tank and the frame set tank. Here only frame set. Okay, next seventh one is on here anchor tank and the frame set. Seventh one is on meta tank and all input elements. Then eighth one is on here input elements. Input type text, input type button, input type radio, all input elements. Ninth one is on form tank, method, action page. Here itself it is on form tank. So like this, I'll cover all the topics. After first 10 days, we'll continue on HTML4. After that, we'll move on to CSS2, internal style, external style, inline style. Here, like this, we'll discuss about the style properties and all select arts. I'll explain. Here, select arts, and after that, background, all properties, border related properties, text related properties, font, position, here Z index, here left, right, top, bottom, all values. Here and float property and margin padding. Here how to use margin padding, etc. etc. List styles all we will learn it under CSS2. After 10 days of CSS2, we'll move on to the JavaScript topic. JavaScript time, I'll explain to you how to write our script tank. It's a client-side scripting language. You will understand here how to write internal script, here external script, and after this what all output statements we have, what all the data types and variable declarations, here data types, variables and functions, here types of functions, here types of functions and operators, and followed by control statements. Here events, DOM, animation, here cookie, local storage, session storage. Here like this, etc. etc. Map tag, model box, object oriented stuff. All we will learn it under JavaScript. So one by one, I'll continue on all these topics. Today, Wednesday, we continued on pair and unpair tag. Tomorrow it is on block and inline elements. Tomorrow I'll continue on this block and inline element second program. Like that, we'll continue for the coming days. Okay. Yes, up to now, any doubts? Vishnu, Darshan?
No, ma'am.
No doubts, ma'am.
Darshan. Okay. Thank you, Darshan. Thank you, Vishnu. We'll meet tomorrow at 8:30 for the continuation of syllabus. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thank you.